guys, hope you guys are doing well today. Today on the channel we are taking the Husqvarna 572 XP 28-inch bar, square grind chain, full house with the old plumb axe, whole reliable here. I love this axe, my favorite axe. Had to put a new handle on it like 3 times at this point because I keep breaking them by accident. I'm not the best axe man. I like to try to improve my skills, but we're getting there. But regardless, we're going to be heading back into the woods to see if we can't find any trees to cut down. Okay guys, I think I might have found our tree. It's this guy right there. He goes up, up, up. And if you look at the top there, it's just starting to die out a little bit up at the top. And it's not in terrible shape. It's not totally dead, but it's starting to get there. See, my problem is the forest where I'm at, it's really a healthy little forest. I mean, there's hardly any trees in here that have any deadness to them at all. So, I never really like to chop them down. I mean, I enjoy the cutting and stuff, I really do, but I never really like to chop them down if I don't have to, or if they're not starting to be dead. But the problem is, I mean, if you look around, this is a really healthy forest here. I mean, every single tree except for maybe that guy right in there. You see that little skinny dead one. But most to all of the trees are in good shape. So it's hard to find some that have a little deadness to them. And when I do, I try to get them before they become useless. You know, I mean, if you let them sit there and keep on rotting until they're all the way rotten to the core, then it's been a total waste. Whereas if, like, I like to think if you cut them down while they're starting to die, then it's still a usable tree, you know? So I'm thinking we're gonna cut this one down here, the one right there. Right there is what I'm thinking next time. As you can see, it's starting to die out up there at the top. There's not really any tiny branches growing off of it, really. They're all starting to die up there. And we come through here quite often. This is a good little path for us, snaking down through here. So we're gonna take that one. We might actually take that one now. I don't know. I haven't quite made up my mind. I decided we're gonna take this one because it's a bigger tree and it's more dead at the top too. So this one will be better, I'm thinking. Like I said, I think we're gonna fall it right here in this gap here. It's a little bit windy. It's not too bad. By the way, I am by no means an experienced tree feller. I just like doing it for fun. So if you guys have any pointers or anything, let me know. Well, nothing too much to do it, I guess. It's all fired up here. Let me show you guys what not to do when cutting down a tree. 1, don't cut it down without eye protection. I have ear protection, just not eye protection. 2, I thought I didn't do too bad on my top cut. This one up here. Well, I even messed that up the first time. As you can see, this looks like Swiss cheese. It's terrible. I know. So I thought I didn't do too bad on my top cut. I mean, that's all the way through, and it's even further through a little bit more. And I started over here and got her to connect nicely. That would have been a nice wedge here. That would have been good. However, the problem is that over here, it got all botched. You see? You see that there, friends? So, I'm trying to figure out in my head how I can fix this. You know? I basically need to come up and cut like this here to get it to be better. But even then, it's still not gonna be right, you know? So I don't know. I'm gonna try to get this figured out. Hopefully I don't kill myself in the process here. I'm showing you guys this because, like I said, I make no claims to be an expert tree feller. Now, as you can see, this is one terrible, terrible cut. And I mean terrible. It's not good. But, I'm trying. So, this was the first one, okay? This was the first, I guess, second part of the back cut, okay? This was a cut for the first cut for the notch. It's a lot higher on this end than it is on this end, making it come way at an angle. So you can see it wrapped up nicely up to there. It just didn't work out as well as I wanted it to over here. You see that there, friends? And right now I'm seeing that, probably shouldn't put my fingers in there either. Right now I'm seeing that I'm not as far away through on this end here. So I might need to come up and cut a little better through there. Because that's going to be very important. Right now the wedge is going this way, and the tree's going to want to fall this way. So it's not a good cut, guys. So I'm learning. I'm just trying to show you guys what you don't want to do. And this is exhibit A of what you do not want to do. I'll tell you that much right now. Not what you want to do here. Regardless, we're gonna get her knocked down. I just hope it falls halfway where I want it to, you know? At least halfway. But I doubt it will, because it's terrible. Terrible, terrible. So fellas, this is actually pretty interesting to look at here. I messed up the cut pretty bad here. So it's not terrible in the top line there, but it's not good here. You know? You can see how off I was. Up there it connected right nice. I mean, that would have been a great cut there. If that would have worked the way I wanted it to. However, you guys saw that's not the case. So, I guess now I'm going to cut it down, or let her fall. I just wish this cut would have turned out better. This isn't what you want at all, fellas. Not at all. So, we're learning here. Definitely learning. Like I said, I make no claims to be an expert tree feller. This is just a hobby here. And if I keep it up the way I'm going, it's going to be a hobby that'll get me killed. So we gotta work on this, you know? Well, as you can see, it's down. I hope you guys were able to see that, because as the tree came down, it twisted off of here. This is just a terrible mess here. I mean, that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, but you can see it's not nice and even and straight like you'd want it to be. It's all messed up. You look down here too, you can see it's nice and even here, and then there's still wood right here, you know. And as you go, it gets less and less, kind of. Not a good cut, guys. Not a good cut. I wish there was some sort of way you could practice this without actually cutting trees down. Or I need someone to actually teach me in person. I've watched tons of YouTube videos, but I don't want to be one of those guys that says, I watched a YouTube video, I'm an expert. You know, I'm not a YouTube expert. But, yeah, there she is. She's down. Pretty decent sized tree, if you ask me. Let's go take a look at the rot up here. This is all rotted, guys. All of it. And it's decent in the core here, but look out there. I mean, that's all starting to go. So I'm glad I cut this one down, but golly, I could have done a much better job. I guess now the only thing left to do is to really cut it up and into a couple little sections here, and we'll bring the tractor down another day and we'll tow it back up to the farm. So let's get into it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably cut a section about to here, and this will be another section up to this knuckle. That's what I call them, the knuckles. And then of course we'll cut that tall limb off, and you might be able to get one more section. I have a feeling that up here we're not really going to be able to get much past that crack starting right there. I'm going to cut her right there, and that should be it. I'll leave this here. No good anyways. We might take some of it up and throw it in the burn pit. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I mean, you can see though down there how, like I was saying, it twisted right off. I mean, it's supposed to lay right in the front here. The butt of the tree's supposed to be there, and it twisted off and rolled right there where we did not want it to go. So don't cut a tree like I did. You see how there's a big gap in there going down through. So that means it's just gonna want to keep on pinching your bar of your chainsaw. And I hate it when that happens. So so I like to throw a wedge in my cut. It keeps it open. I know I can do it without throwing the wedge in it by cutting the top and then cutting the bottom, cutting the compression side first. Then you come back up through the bottom, it'll drop right off. But on stuff like this, I don't like doing it because a lot of the times you'll end up hitting your bar in the dirt, even if you don't mean to. So a lot of times just a little wedge will get you out of a pickle here. Actually, I already nicked the bar into the dirt a little bit, so the square grind isn't cutting as fast as I like it Well, guys, that really didn't go the way I wanted it to. This whole process didn't go the way I wanted it to. Normally, it at least goes a little bit better than this. But, like I said, it didn't go the way I wanted it to. But we still got through it. Regardless, we got the job done. Right after I had told you guys to use a wedge in your cut, because it always helps, I used the wedge, but on this cut here, the compression force of the tree was too substantial to allow the wedge to work. So then the bar got stuck regardless, and the wedge just wasn't working, as you guys could see. So, as much as I didn't want to, I had to go get the tractor and lift up with the forks right there. You can see where they went in, and get the pressure off the saw to get it out. But on the bright side, on this one, the wedge trick worked great. I mean, no problems at all. I came in, it was a little too low to the ground to fit my bar under there. I didn't want to dig it into the dirt, even though the chain's already totally screwed because I had hit the dirt like 3 times, and with the square grind, it dulls out way quicker if you hit the dirt than a round file. But regardless, bang the wedge in there when the blade started to get a little tight, opened it right back up, cut it, dropped it, boom. So now we have this big section of log. So now we have this big section of log here, this big section of log. We have this little one, and we have a couple of these little drops here that I can probably still use too. But guys, like I said, that didn't entirely go the way I wanted it to, but regardless, we got through it. We got the job done. The tree's down. I'm not dead. They're cut into logs. All of the things that we wanted to happen happened, just not the way we wanted them to happen. But sometimes that's okay. You just got to improvise. So I think that's about going to do it for this video. Next one, or the one after that, we'll be yanking the logs out of the woods with the tractor and load them into the dump trailer and hauling them up there to the barn. And yep, that'll about do it. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned how not to cut down a tree. The 572 did great as always. Plenty of power. Cut like a champ until I dulled the chain, because I'm a knucklehead. But it's okay. We did it. So, job's done. Thanks for watching. See you guys.